Hi, how are you today? I hope you're having a good day. Can I ask you something? Have you ever wished you could talk to anyone in the world? Anyone from any country? Maybe while watching a video on YouTube? Maybe while traveling somewhere new? Maybe while chatting on your phone? Maybe while searching something on Google? Or maybe during a job interview? The important one, not the one you really wanted. Now, think about this for a second. What language connects millions of people, every single day? In almost every country on Earth. Yes, you already know the answer. It's English. And today, I don't want to teach you grammar. I don't want to give you a boring lesson. I just want to talk to you, like a friend, about something that can quietly change your whole life. Because English is not just a language, it's a bridge between people, between countries, between cultures, and between dreams. Stay with me for the next few minutes. Okay? I promise. By the end, you'll look at English a little differently. Why English became the world's language. Have you ever wondered why English, out of all the languages in the world, became the one that connects everyone? It's not because English is the best language. Every language is beautiful. Every language carries history and heart. But over time, English became the language out of trade, travel, science, and the internet. Slowly, without anyone planning it perfectly, it became the common language. The one language that a Brazilian, a Japanese person, a Nigerian, and a German can all use to understand each other. Think about that. To strangers from two different corners of the world who don't speak a word of each other's native language can still have a full conversation, laugh together, do business together, fall in love, even. That's the quiet magic of English. You don't need to travel to benefit. Here's something people often get wrong. They think, I'll never travel abroad, so why learn English? But English isn't just for airports and hotels. It's already sitting inside your daily life. Right now, today, have you ever experienced this? You're watching a video on YouTube, and you understand a video in English. Before it even gets translated, you Google something, and the best answer, the most detailed answer, is written in English. You open ChatGPT to ask a question, and it responds better, faster, and more naturally in English. You want to shop online for something rare, and the best deal is on an English website. English quietly shows up everywhere, even in a life that never leaves your home country. A quick story. Maria, the shop owner. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria owns a small clothing shop in her town. She never planned to use English. Her customers were all local. Her life felt complete without it. Then one day, a tourist walked into her shop. He didn't speak her language at all. He pointed at a jacket, confused, unsure of the price. Maria didn't know much English, just a few words. How much? This one? Thank you, but those few words were enough. The tourist bought 3 jackets. He was so happy with the little conversation. He posted about her shop online. More tourists came. Her small shop grew. Maria didn't need perfect English. She just needed a few honest words. At the right moment. English and education. Have you ever tried to learn something new? Online. A skill. A course. A certification. And notice that the very best courses are in English. Most of the world's top universities post free lessons in English, some of the best coding tutorials, business courses, and skill building. Videos are in English first, and only later translated, if at all. When you understand English, you get access early, you get access to more, You're not waiting for a translation that might never come. When you understand English, you get access early. You get access to more. You're not waiting for a translation that might never come. It's like being given a key to a bigger library. Same building. More rooms unlocked. English and better jobs. Can you imagine this? To people apply for the same job, same experience, same skills, same passion. But one of them can also communicate in English. Who do you think gets extra opportunities? Extra clients, extra chances to work with international companies. This isn't about English making you better as a person. It never does that, but it does open doors that were closed before. Remote jobs, freelance clients from other countries, promotions in companies that work globally. English becomes a quiet advantage, not a requirement to be good enough. Just a bridge to more rooms in that same big building. A quick story. Daniel, the freelancer. Daniel was a graphic designer, talented, hardworking, but for years he only worked with local clients, for local prices. Then he slowly started learning English. Just a little every day. Simple sentences. Basic emails. One day, he messaged a client from another country. His English wasn't perfect. There were small mistakes. But the client understood him clearly. That one message turned into a project. That project turned into 5 more clients. Within a year, Daniel was earning why he never imagined, all because he was brave enough to send messages in imperfect English. He didn't wait to be perfect, he just started. English and business. Business speaks English, whether we like it or not. Big meetings, international emails, global conferences, contracts with overseas partners. When you understand English, even at a basic level, you stop depending completely on someone else to speak for you. You can read the email yourself. You can understand the offer yourself. You can negotiate for yourself. That's not just language, that's confidence. English and the internet, AI, and everyday tools. Have you noticed something interesting? The internet mostly speaks English first. Google searches, YouTube tutorials, online courses, mobile apps, and now AI. When you talk to ChatGPT or any AI tool in English, it usually gives you richer, more detailed, more natural answers. Not because I prefers English, but because so much of the world's information was written in English first. So when you learn English, you're not just learning a language, you're learning to speak directly to the tools shaping our future. A quick story. The teenager and YouTube. Think about a teenager sitting in his room, watching YouTube every single day. At first, he just watched for fun. Games, music, funny videos. But slowly, without even trying, he started understanding more English. New words, new phrases, new ways of speaking. A few years later, that same teenager could write emails in English, watch international news, even help his parents translate documents. Nobody sat him down for a grammar class. YouTube quietly taught HM just by watching what he loved. That could be you too. English while traveling. Have you ever imagined standing in an airport in a country where nobody speaks your language? Flights are being announced. Signs are everywhere. Your gate just changed, and you don't know why. English, even just simple phrases, becomes your lifeline in moments like this. Excuse me, where is gate 12? Is this the right line? What time does boarding start? You don't need beautiful English for this. You just need enough English to feel safe. English at airports, hospitals, and hotels. Imagine this one. You're in a hospital, in a country far from home. You're not feeling well. The doctor is speaking, but you don't understand. This is a moment where English isn't about jobs or business anymore. It's about safety. Being able to say, I feel pain here, or I am allergic to this, or simply understanding the doctor's instructions that can matter more than almost anything else English gives you. Even in hotels, simple English helps you ask for a late checkout, explain a problem in your room, or ask for directions to somewhere nearby. These are small phrases, but they carry big peace of mind. A quick story, the nurse who learned late. Let me tell you about a nurse named Elena. She was already in her late 30s when she decided to learn English. She used to think, it's too late for me. Younger people learn faster. But she needed English for her career, to work with international patients and doctors. She started with 15 minutes a day. Just 15. Simple words related to her work. Simple daily phrases. 6 months later, she was already comforting an English-speaking patient in his own language, calming him down before a difficult surgery. That patient held her hand and said, "Thank you for understanding me." Elena didn't need years. She needed consistency. English and making international friends. Have you ever seen someone effortlessly chatting with people from 5 different countries online, laughing, sharing memes, talking about music and movies together? That's not luck. That's usually someone who learned enough English to open that door. Friendships that cross oceans. Conversations with people whose life is completely different from yours, yet somehow you understand each other perfectly. English lets you collect friends from the whole world, not just your neighborhood. English and confidence. Here's something beautiful that nobody talks about enough. Singular, even a little. Something changes inside you. You start to believe, I can communicate with more people now. You feel a little braver in meetings, a little calmer while traveling, a little prouder when you read something in English and actually understand it. This confidence spreads into other parts of your life too, if you can learn a whole new language, piece by piece. What else can you learn? What else can you achieve? Why perfect English is not necessary. I want to say this clearly, because it's important. You do not need perfect English. You do not need to sound like a .news reporter. You do not need flawless grammar to be understood, respected, or successful. Millions of people around the world speak imperfect English every single day and still build businesses, make friends, travel the world, and change their lives. Mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are proof that you're trying. Common myths about learning English. Let's clear up a few myths. Gently. Myth 1. I'm too old to learn. Not true. Adults learn differently than children. But they absolutely can learn, often faster in some ways, because they understand more about the world. Myth 2. I need to move to an English-speaking country to learn properly. Not true. With YouTube, apps, and online content today, you can build strong English from your own bedroom. Myth 3. I need to know grammar perfectly before I speak. Not true. Speaking imperfectly again and again is what actually builds fluency. Grammar improves along the way. Biggest beginner mistakes. Most beginners make the same few mistakes. They wait too long before speaking, afraid of making errors. They try to learn everything at once, instead of small, steady steps. They compare themselves to others, instead of their own progress. They quit after a few weeks because they don't see instant results. None of these mistakes mean someone can't learn English. They just mean the approach needs a small adjustment. An easy, step-by-step learning method. So how do you actually start? In a simple way. Step 1. Learn a small number of useful words. Every day. Not 100. Not just 5 or 10. Connected to your real life. Step 2. Listen to English daily, even for a few minutes. Videos, songs, simple podcasts. Step 3. Speak out loud. Even alone in your room. Practice sentences about your day. Step 4. Read something small every day. A short paragraph. A simple story. A few lines of a video's captions. Step 5. Review what you learned. Gently, every few days. Simple, repeatable, no pressure. Daily habits that build real progress. Here's the secret that most people miss. You don't need hours of study every day. You need consistency. 15 to 20 minutes every single day is more powerful than 3 hours. Once a week, small daily habits repeated over months. Quietly build something huge. Real, natural fluency. Why age never matters. Have you ever thought your age is holding you back? Let me remind you of something important. There are people who started learning English in their 50s, 60s, even 70s. And today, they comfortably talk with grandchildren living abroad. Read books they love or travel confidently. Age doesn't decide who learns English. Consistency does. A final story. The grandmother. I want to tell you about a grandmother named Rosa. Rosa was 71 years old. Her grandchildren had moved to another country, and they were slowly forgetting their first language, speaking mostly English at home. Rosa was heartbroken. She felt like she was losing connection with them. So, at 71, she decided to learn English. Her family thought it was sweet, but unrealistic. She practiced 15 minutes every morning, with her coffee, simple words, simple phrases. Slowly, patiently, a year later, she had her first video call. Completely in English, with her grandchildren. They cried. She cried. Not because her English was perfect, because for the first time in years, they truly understood each other again. Why 15 to 20 minutes a day changes everything. That story isn't rare. It happens again and again, all over the world. Students, shop owners, freelancers, nurses, grandparents, teenagers, different lives, different countries. Different reasons, but the same simple truth. 15 to 20 minutes a day, done consistently, quietly builds something amazing over time, not overnight. Not in a week, but steadily, surely, beautifully. I want you to remember something. Before you go, it doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how much English you know today. Every fluent English speaker once knew only one English word. Every expert was once a complete beginner. Today can be your first step. One word today. One word today. One sentence tomorrow. One full conversation in the future. Small steps. Every single day, quietly. Create big changes over time. If you want to improve your English in the easiest and most practical way, subscribe to this channel and let's learn English together. One simple step at a time. I'll see you in the next video.